Well, I tell you what, we've known him for quite a while, and I tell you what, they're just like family to us. Brother Doug, he's one of the bunch too, and he's just like family too.
Yeah, buddy.
So we're glad he got to come his way today. And I tell you what, it just tickles me to see these young folks get up here and
Yes.
thank the glory of the Lord. I tell you what, I'd much rather see them doing that than being out in the world doing it.
Amen.
You know, the young folks, that's going to be the church of tomorrow. Lord tarries is coming. One of these days, we'll get so old, we'll be out of here, and they'll have to continue on. I tell you what, I bless the Lord. He knows what he's doing now. Praise the Lord. If you have your Bibles this morning, if you turn with me to Genesis chapter 6, I'll start reading in the 5th verse. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. When you get there, say amen.
Amen.
Genesis chapter 6, verse number 5. Today God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping things and fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before God, and all the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, and all flesh was corrupted his ways upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. You may be seated. And you know the thought we have on our heart this morning is it matters. It matters. I'm going to take my text out of verse number 8. It said, but God found grace in the eyes of the Lord. You know, here was a generation right here that God repented in his heart that he'd even made man because of things that they was doing. They wasn't following God. But you know, there's always still, there was one person that stood out. Oh, Noah, he found grace in the eyes of the Lord. If it wasn't for Noah, he would have destroyed all the earth and everything. But you know, there's always somebody that's going to stand out. Ain't there? Listen, what if, or what was mine? What, it matters. It matters how we conduct ourselves, and it matters how we do in our walk with God. You know, it matters. That day there, it mattered how Noah was conducting himself. You see, he was off different than all them other people. You know, God told him, he said, I'm going to destroy this earth. And he told him what he's going to do, and he told him what to do. He told him to get busy and build an ark. And he gave him the measurements, and he gave him all the wood, and he gave him everything to put that thing together with. And Noah, he got to work. Listen, he didn't have nobody to encourage him but God. He had to look up to him. Amen. All them people, I'm sure that when he was building that ark, they come by and they tried to discourage him and try to put him down. You know, it matters how we conduct our life out in the lost and dying world today. Listen, old Noah there, it mattered that day, because if it hadn't been for Noah, listen, there would have been no hope. But I'm glad that Noah, he found grace in the eyes of the Lord. And I'm glad as a little boy, I'm glad I found grace in his eyes when I knelt down and asked him to come in and be my Savior. Amen. Listen, it matters if you're here lost today. It matters if you're saved here today. It matters if you're being obedient to what he had you to do today. It matters. It matters out in the lost and dying world that they see Jesus through us. Not nothing that we do, brother, but what God does through us. Listen, that's what it matters today. The only thing matters is God today. Listen, and it matters how we conduct ourselves out in a lost and dying world. Brother, on our jobs, it matters. It matters when we go to school or wherever you go. It matters how you conduct yourself being a Christian today. It matters. Amen? Amen. Praise the Lord.
Yes, it does.
We got what? Listen, it matters.
Yeah.
It matters how we conduct ourselves in the church service today. I remember back as a little boy, Daddy used to take me to church, and I remember the first time I heard somebody shout. A little lady in the back of us there shouted, and boy, it scared me to death. But I'm going to tell you something, I like it, Brother Mark. I like it when the church comes together and they start to shout and praise God. It matters today. He wants to hear praises out of his children today.
Amen.
But you know, old Noah, he got busy. He began to build on that ark. And you know, I believe he built. And brother, I believe he probably sang a little bit. And he talked to God. And he just built and talked to God. And I know times in his life he got discouraged too, Brother Mark, I'm sure. Because he's human just like you and me.
Yeah.
But God never did leave him alone. He was there with him. I'm glad he said he'd never leave us or forsake us and go with us all the way. When we're burdened down, it matters. When we try to carry these burdens, it matters. Listen, we can take them to him. He said, come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest.
Amen.
Over in Hebrews in chapter 12, verse number 1, says, wherefore seeing we're compassed by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside the weight and the sin which do so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Amen.
Listen, we're in a race today. Listen, it's not to the fastest, it's not to the slowest, but it's the one that continues on and don't give up.
Yeah.
Listen, one day after a while, it's going to be worth it all.
Amen.
The troubles that we go through down here, listen, it's going to be worth it all when we get there to see what Jesus has got prepared. He said in John 14, he said, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me, for in my Father's house are many mansions. He said, if it were not so, I would have told you. He said, I go to prepare a place for you, and I will come again unto you and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also.
Amen.
Listen, boy, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to put you on shouting ground right there. He gone to prepare a place. He's been gone over 2,000-something years. Listen, what a pretty place that's going to be, brother, when we get there. Amen. And you know, all the saved, the ones that's blood bought today, it's the ones that's going to be there.
Yeah.
Listen, you hear of all kinds of different ways to get to heaven today. But there's just one.
Yeah.
And it's through the blood that we're saying about this morning. Without the blood being applied, you can't not go.
That's right.
But I'm glad through the blood. I'm glad when it's weighed in the balance, brother, I'm going to come up short. But when he says that's one of mine, that's why I'm going to get to go with him.
Amen.
Woo! Ain't you glad this morning? We get to go to heaven and be with him one day.
Amen.
Listen, hell was made for the devil and his angels, and he is trying to discourage as many Christians as he can today. Even the young folks, he's trying to discourage them. He's trying to tell them, look at here what you can have here. Look at here, you can have this over here and have a lot of fun. But listen, I'm going to tell you something. Stay with God.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the only way today.
Amen.
Old Noah there, now he stayed with God.
Amen.
Amen. Now, old Noah, now he could have just sat back and joined the crowd like a lot of people does and just got in that crowd and just hung with them. And what would happen to him, preacher? He'd got washed away. Amen.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. The Bible said that this place where we're talking about today, it had never rained before. And them people couldn't believe that there was a flood coming to wash them all away. But I believe Noah, he saw a board, put a board up, and he'd put a board up, and he'd saw, and he'd just have himself a good time with the Lord. And then people come by and just mock him and laugh at him, and just like they do us today. They're probably saying, look at them people, they could be out here having fun with us today, and they're in that church house. Listen, I'd rather be here with y'all. Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. That's somebody standing out and talking. Y'all hear that? Amen. Y'all. Amen. Y'all use that? Praise the Lord. Listen, but you know, old Noah, he got busy and he began to work. And I believe when he was working, he was telling them people, he was giving them a message. There's a flood coming. There's a flood coming. But they would not listen. The Bible said that when it was all said and done, that when it come to the end, that Noah and his family was the only ones that got to enter in on the ark. The Bible said that when he got the ark made, God told him, he said, I want you to go out there and get one of each animal, male and female. And he went out there and he prepared and he got them started on through the ark. And the Bible said that when he got the last one on and his family got on and Noah went in, the Bible said that God shut the door.
Amen.
And it wasn't long after that that the raindrops began to fall. And it began to come and begin to come. And them people, I believe, they began to hear what Noah said. There's a flood coming. There's a flood coming. And they wouldn't believe. But they believed then. You know the people that dies and goes to hell, they believe then. Yeah. But it's too late. Amen. Today is the day of salvation because tomorrow may never come. Amen. But Noah and his family, when the rains become and the boat started, the ark got lifted up there with the rains, I believe them people was clawing on the side of that boat. And they were saying, let me in, Noah, let me in. But Noah could not do nothing about that because God had done shut the door. Amen. When God shuts the door, that's it. Amen. It's over with. Yeah. There's no more. No more. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. It's sad for them people today. They got all washed away. But Noah and his family were safe. I'm glad today we're safe in the ark today. Amen. Preacher, what's our ark? Our ark is Jesus. Amen. Amen. I'm safe in Jesus' arms. Yeah. Amen. Ain't you glad when we're burdened down? It matters to Him that we're burdened. Yeah. But it matters to Him what we do with them burdens. Amen. Listen, a lot of people today, they seem like they just don't want to use the altar no more. They say, well, somebody will talk about me, or somebody will this, or they think I'm doing something bad. It don't matter what people think about you. Yeah. The only thing that matters today is what God knows about you. Amen. And if you're one of His today, listen, no matter where God went, listen, there was people talking about Him. Jesus, everywhere He went, they was trying to put Him down. Yeah. And they're going to put you down today. Yeah. But listen, as long as we got Him, that's all that matters. Amen. It don't matter what man thinks about us. It all matters is what God knows about us. Amen. But I'm glad that when the ark got set over there and it got stopped, what was the first thing that God told Noah to do? He said, build an altar. Build an altar. Listen, church, we need to get back to using the altar. Amen. We need to get back to letting them burdens go because it matters. When you talk to Jesus about it and He takes them burdens away from you, boy, it makes you feel like you just can float, doesn't it? Amen. But there's a lot of times we fail as Christians today. Oh me, I don't know about you, but oh me. A lot of times I want to carry it and try to take care of it myself. And I can't, brother. Until I give it to Him, listen, it's still going to be there. But when we can give it to Him, boy, we can shout the victory then. Amen. I'm glad we got victory today. Amen. Old Joshua over there, you know. We was talking about him a little bit in Sunday school back there. I like old Joshua. Yep. You know, over Moses had died in Deuteronomy, last chapter there, and God had buried him. And Joshua took over. Joshua was depending on God. Yeah. All the prophets of old depended on God to take care of them. Right. Same way with you and I today. We are dependent on Jesus and God to take care of us today. Right. Listen, and I'm glad that when we get out in the world, they see us that we're different. People get to talk and say, they've got something that I would like to have. Right. But you know, when you blend in with them, what are they saying then? Why should I go to church with them? Look, they're just like us. Yeah. Listen, it matters. It matters how we conduct our life and out in a lost and dying world. Because one day after a while, listen, we're going to stand and we're going to give account of everything that we've done. Brother Mark, I don't never want to stand in the way of a lost person being saved. No. Listen, I want to be found being a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Amen. But you know, there's a lot of stumbling blocks out there in the world today. Yes. You know, Sherry, she had a cousin one time, and he was a hard man to talk to. And you go talk to him, and he begin to tell you about the church down the road, or the church over there. And he begin to tell you about what this deacon does, or what that preacher does, or what that one does. And let me say right here, it don't matter what they do. Because when we stand before God, we're going to give account of what we do. Amen. But you know, a lost man don't understand that. Yeah. You know, you try to talk to him, and he was hard. He was hard-hearted, is what I tell you. We was going to Knoxville one day, and got a phone call. that he took a gun and shot himself and killed himself.
Yeah.
Preacher, where do you think he is today? Well, I'm not no judge, but I can pretty well tell you, without the blood being applied, you end up in a place called hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amen. And that's so sad. You see what I'm talking about today? It matters. It matters. Because I tell you what, I like for the whole world to go to heaven for me. But listen, they're not going to. You can read over in Isaiah over there, and you'll find out that hell has enlarged itself.
Yeah.
You never seen where heaven's got any bigger. But listen, what matters is what you do with your life and how you conduct yourself. Hezekiah over there. He was a good king. He went to the throne about 25-year-old, and he done what God had him to do. But he got off track. He got his mind off of God. And you see, this is how the devil works. The devil will try to get your mind off of God and try to get you focused on something else. But old Hezekiah, he was over there, and he got his mind off of God, got him on goods. But there was a prophet come to him with a message one day. He said, over in Isaiah 38, he said, get your house in order, because today you're going to die. And the Bible said that he turned to the wall, and he began to pray to God. And he got home. And Isaiah didn't make it out there very far. He had to go back and tell him another message. He went back and tell him that he had 15 more years. You see there? God wants humble out of his children.
Yeah.
He wants his children to be what he has them to be. He wants us to be obedient. That's why it's important that we be obedient. Listen, it matters today. It mattered to Noah to do what God had him to do. But you know, he was safe, and all them people around that mocked him, they all was washed away. Listen, he'd been preachers for years and years and years, telling people that Jesus is coming back. And he said over in Matthew, where he said, right there, he said, but as the day of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. It's going to be the same way. Listen, he's going to come, but he's going to come in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, and he's going to come fast. You know, there's a lot of predictions out there. Them people are saying, I call them crazy people, and them people will follow from the crazy too. Amen. Listen, nobody knows when God's coming back, when Jesus is coming back. The only person knows is God himself.
Amen.
Jesus don't even know himself.
Yeah.
But he's going to turn to Jesus one day, because he's on the right hand of him.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Woo! And I believe that cloud is sitting there out waiting. And I believe he's going to get on that cloud when God tells him to go get the church. Who's the church, preacher? It's not this building. It's the blood bought.
Yeah.
Listen, the Bible said, the dead in Christ shall rise first, and them which are alive and remain shall be called up together to meet him in the air.
Amen.
And boy, what a cloud that's going to be when we get to leave out of here. Amen.
Right.
That's going to be wonderful, ain't it?
Yeah.
When we get there. Praise the Lord. But he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming to get his own. And listen, I stop and think about the rapture take place. You know, some people, they have different thoughts on the rapture and stuff. Some people think, well, we're going through the tribulation and we're going through that. And I'm glad he told me in his word that we're not going through tribulation. Amen. Praise the Lord. He told us over in the verse that's known as chapter 5, verse 9, says he's not appointed us to wrath. What's the wrath of God going to be? It's going to be that tribulation. Amen. And boy, it's going to be hard for them that's left behind. I've heard people say, well, I'll get saved during that time. Listen, you won't do it. If they can't go to church now, they sure enough ain't going to make it through that.
That's
Amen.
right.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, it's going to take God. It takes God for us to be able to go and do. But you know, them people, when that tribulation takes place, that's going to be an awful, awful place. But I'm glad the rapture, I'm glad the church is going to be taken out.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. I'm glad that, and I've thought about this a lot of times, Brother Mark. I've thought about what if Jesus comes back and we're driving down the road. Just think about all them cars and things that's going to be a wreck. It's going to be a terrible wreck, ain't it? And all these newscasters, they'll have something to tell about them, won't they? They'll say, I don't know what happened, but they're gone. We don't know where they're gone to. Listen, I know we'll be gone too. Amen. The Bible said to be absent this body is to be present for the Lord.
Amen.
And one day we're going to be with Him. Ain't you glad today? You know, we all get down and out, and we get discouraged, and things come our way sometimes, sickness and things, and pastors. I can result to pastors today because I know they don't only have their own situations to deal with, they got the church. If they're any kind of pastor at all, they care about their flock. Amen. They care about their children, about their flock. Listen, but you know, they have double things against them. And you know, when a message comes, he don't only get it once, but he gets it twice because he gets it from the Lord, and then he has to deliver that message. And if he's done a little something out of the way, I just hit him double. Amen. Listen, we all fail and come short. Every one of us. Romans 3:23 says, for all sin and come short of the glory of God. Every one of us fail at times. But you know, we're not to use that as a crutch. We need to learn from that situation and go on. Listen, He loves you today, church. And I tell you what, he sent this message for somebody today. It's not only you, to me, but it matters. It matters how I conduct myself. It matters how I conduct myself on my job. It matters out there in the world. It matters. Why it matters is that people should see Jesus through us.
Amen.
We ought to let our light shine, that people that's lost can say, I would like to have what they've got. Listen, it's not nothing that we do. You know, when God uses us, He gives us a talent or something to use for Him. Listen, we're to give Him the glory for it. Because without Him, we can do nothing.
Right.
But I'm glad Philippians 4:13 said I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. Come get a verse of song. Listen, He loves you today. And it matters. It matters what you do today. If you have a need in your heart today, He cares for you. It matters. Won't you come and talk to Him today about it? If we'll all stand today. Won't you come? Come and talk it over with Him today.
Number 81. Just as I am without one plea, but that thy blood was
tell you what, the Spirit's good here this morning.
Amen.
Oh, man. I tell you, do what God has you do, the Spirit stay.
Amen.
But when we get to where we won't be obedient to what God has us to do, He'll take His Spirit away.
That's right.
I've seen it happen before. But I tell you what, you got a good spirit, good church here, and I tell you what, you got a good pastor, I know. I've known him for a long time. He lives what he preaches, and that's what matters today. Praise the Lord. Been good to be here with you, and we're supposed to come back tonight, but we won't be able to. We've got a good friend that's fixing to leave out. They called us this morning and wanted us to come up this evening, so we'll be going up there. So y'all be much in prayer for the Warrior family. But he's ready to go. I tell you, that's what matters. Brother Moore.
Y'all remember that family, you know, there's lots of families that don't get along. And it's sad to say, they were all raised in church, but that's one of them. We love them too. We pray for them a lot.
Amen. Are you glad you're in the house of God this morning?
Amen.
Amen. I tell you what, I really appreciate that word for this church. That's probably a word in a time that we're living in that we really need. It does matter. It matters to not only to God, but it matters to those around us. Amen. So let us take and meditate on that. Let us eat on that. Amen. But let God continue to open us up to that. Amen. As believers in heart. I appreciate you, Brother Bobby, Sister Sherry, for coming and being with us. Wish you could be back with us tonight. I tell you what, it's not often we get, other than revival seasons or something like this, that we get together. But you know, God has a way of always putting us back.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. So, again, we appreciate that word. I appreciate your life and your Sister Sherry's life because it does matter in your lives. And I've watched that through these years, and I appreciate that for my own self. Amen. I appreciate you, church. I do from the bottom of my heart. Amen. We love you more than the depths that you'll ever know. And I pray that God will take and use each one of us. He'll shake us, move us, and He'll just have us be all about Him. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. We appreciate you again coming this morning. It's time to take up our morning offering, though. I'd like to ask our ushers to come, if they would, or some ushers. Brother Tony, you get the
Father, we thank you for the privilege to be able to be back in this morning, Lord. We thank you for the message, Father, I just pray that we'll take all the word here today, Lord. We'll study upon it and glean from it, God. Have a seriousness of heart, Lord, to know that it does matter in everything we do and say. And
Yes.
we're ambassadors for the kingdom of heaven. Father, help us to make an impact in this world. Father, help us to stand strong and never bring reproach upon the name of our Savior. Father, most of all, help us to live a life that brings glory and honor to your name. Father, as we go into this time of giving, Father, I pray that you just be with the offering. Give us wisdom, Lord, to be good stewards of your blessings. And Father, that we may use it to reach out to lost and dying, Lord, with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we might, as the body of church believers, make an impact for the kingdom of heaven. So give us word for you, and now lead and guide and direct us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.